Bitcoin is back at $46,000. If Bitcoin can stay above 46,000, then it is still very possible that we continue up into the halving, which happens middle of April, and that we might even see the all-time highs of $69,000 for one Bitcoin by the time of the halving, which is literally happening in about 2 months from today. So what we have in front of us right now is the 3-day chart of Bitcoin. You can see what I have here is I have an arrow pointing at the specific part in the 2021 bull market. So this was actually January of 2021. It was a pause in pretty much the middle of the last cycle bull market. You can see we started running up towards the end of 2020. Obviously, after the previous halving, we had this big run where we went from $10,000 per Bitcoin all the way to 42,000. Then in January of 2021, we went from 42,000 to 29,000 in a period of just about 3 weeks. And then that was scary. That obviously flushed out a lot of leverage. But then it rocketed higher from 29,000 to 65,000 by the middle of April. So we went from the beginning of February 2021 at around 29,000 till the middle of April at 65,000. Now you can start to see where I'm going with this. It is the similarity that we have here, which is why we also have a green arrow pointing at this, because could potentially January of 2024, which just passed, could that have been very similar to our January 2021, where we basically had a massive run up from about 15,000 all the way up to 50,000. Then in January, so last month, we dropped from 50, actually 49,000 technically, to just under 39,000. So it was still a big correction, big sharp drop. And now we are moving higher. We are back at 46,000, which is a key level I will show you in a second on the lower time frames. But if we take this price action here from February 2021 until April 2021, right, where it went from $29,000 to 65,000 in just over 2 months. What if that is what is repeating now? If you project that forward, right, going from about over here right now from 46. So if we clear 46,000, we could be at all-time highs. This vertical line represents the halving, which is set to happen by the middle of April. There is possibility here. There's a lot of similarities here. We obviously have 11 ETFs approved. There was a lot of buying pressure. They have been accumulating tons and tons of Bitcoin. We are simply bullish here. Stock markets are at all-time highs. Okay, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the NASDAQ, they're all at record highs in price discovery. There is an overall sense of a euphoria, bullish market action that is happening, and that could very well continue to translate into Bitcoin. So should 46,000 be able to hold as support, and should Bitcoin be able to continue above here, this scenario is still very much a possibility. But, and this is why I'm saying this also, is that this could potentially mean that my front run theory, what I've been talking about for the last year or so, where we actually peak a lot quicker. Most people think the halving could be the start of the 4-year cycle, where in the past, yes, we went up 12 months past the halving, 18 months past the halving, and got this massive, massive bull market after the halving. But what if the halving this time is actually the peak? And that becomes a lot more of a likely scenario, in my opinion, if this, what you're seeing on the chart, plays out. If we are at 70 or 80 or $90,000 by the time of halving, so by the middle of April, we might be looking at a potential peak, or at least some sort of local top. Remember the saying, sell in May, go away. In 2021, similar situation here. We peaked in the middle of April, which is literally now. The middle of April is the halving, right? So if we get this run up into between 70 and 90,000, new all-time highs, everybody's going to be euphoric. Look what happened there. We had basically a 50% drop starting from the middle of April, which would be the halving, to all the way down to July. So that is why I'm making this video now. And also, if you don't know about it, I'm having a special offer right now to join my VIP, $1,000 discount, because I want you to get involved before this potentially takes off in this way. Because once it's at all-time highs, it is going to be much, much harder to profit from these markets. You don't know what to do. The euphoria is kicking in. The emotions are kicking in. Now is still the time to position yourself, especially in altcoins, which are really, really still low compared to their previous cycle highs, but that can move really fast. Once the markets move like this, in a matter of weeks, altcoins can do a 5x, 10x, 20x. So I want to help you with that. Join my VIP now. The link is in the description down below. You can save yourself $1,000 on the membership fee. That is the incentive to get you in, to get you to take action, because once it takes off like this, it's going to be much, much harder to make profits. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so come and sign up, come and learn. Worst case, if you're not happy, you have a full 60 days, which is about by the time of the halving, to request your money back if you feel that it's not worth your time. But really, if you're doing anything with crypto, if you're not yet positioned, you need to pay attention now, because if this plays out, then the next 2 months are going to be an incredible opportunity. There's going to be tons of money to be made, but also then it might be time to start looking to get out if this plays out in this way. So just zooming into the 4-hour chart here for the lower time frame, you can see over here we are kind of at a key level over here, which is the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement of this entire move. But if you can see this, as long as this holds, right, if we can flip this level over here, then we are potentially here looking at just continuation higher. And then what I showed you on the higher time frame just now, we could potentially be looking at a run to all-time highs if this can stay flipped. Okay, this is going to be a key level. And what we saw here, so we had this consolidation here, run to 49,000, it dropped below. This was the bear trap over here, thinking it was going to go lower, but no, it went back above. This was the cue to get in there, to get long, and we actually got a long trade here in VIP. I called this at around just over 40,000, took a long with the stop at the lows, targeting higher, and that is working out perfectly. So again, another reason for you to join VIP, you know, if you want those real-time trade ideas and that market analysis, that is what I do basically on a daily basis inside VIP. Right now, you can still get a $1,000 discount if you join before February 17th. The link is in the description down below. 60-day money-back guarantee. Come and join us. So finally, back here to the 3-day chart. I want to know from you in the comments. Let me know down below. What do you think of this potential scenario? Because if this does play out, there are very few people that I'm seeing that are calling for a top in around about April. Everyone that I'm seeing on social media is thinking the previous cycles are repeating. The halving is the time when it starts. We're up for 12 or 18 months of upside, well into 2025. Bitcoin is going to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And here I am with my charts telling you that potentially we might actually see a top somewhere between $70,000 and $90,000 by April if this plays out. Okay, big caveat is the next couple of weeks are going to reveal whether or not that is going to work. Right? If this starts going up and higher and higher and higher, by the time of the halving, my front run theory becomes a lot more likely, in my opinion, and the potential of a top in April becomes a lot more likely. However, if it drops here and we just go sideways or lower into the halving, then there is a higher chance that we may see an extended cycle and that indeed we may go past the halving. But as long as we continue higher, especially if we get near all-time highs or to all-time high territory in the next 2 months, which if you base it on 2021's price action is completely a possibility, as you can see here in front of you on the chart. What do you think is likely? What do you think is going to happen? Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. I do read them all personally. So thanks for watching. Smash the like button. I will see you in the next video.